My true life story is this, man. Everybody ain't gonna be able to get on the boat.
Mm.
You know, the boat got somewhere to go.
Mm.
The cat in the back don't want to go where the boat going.
Right.
So he drills a hole in the boat.
Mm.
Now we got a hole in the boat. The whole boat go down.
Mm-hmm.
You feel me? So some of them ain't gonna get on this boat, not my boat.
Yeah.
For real.
Yeah.
So if you concerned about, me calling myself God that bothers you, hey, it's just what it is. Man, we're scientists, man.
Oh, yeah.
And we finna break it down to you, man. We're scientists, and I walk in and I travel in positive expectation.
Oh, yeah.
I believe I'm worthy of his greatness.
Oh,
I believe, just like you, the rich God, I believe I thrive in his favor.
Mm-hmm.
I'm expecting
Mm-hmm.
favor.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And that could be some blasphemy. No, man, I'm expecting favor because I know what I do.
Right.
I put the work in to get it.
Yeah.
See, that's the difference.
Yeah.
Also, Siraj, I want to break this down to you, right?
Mm-hmm.
They might not like it, but I'm going to tell you this is just my perspective, right?
Mm-hmm.
On Easter Sunday.
Yeah.
Some religions, I ain't going to call a particular religion, but religions.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of time religions, they tiptoe around principles.
Mm.
It's easy to tiptoe around principles if your end result says just go pray about it.
Mm.
You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
But in the science, we can't tiptoe around principle.
Mm-hmm.
We got to be in principle.
Mm-hmm.
You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
Principle, then prayer.
Mm-hmm.
But the principle got to be there.
Mm-hmm.
And prayer, it can't be awarded without work.
Right.
So a lot of religion just pitch the option to pray.
Right.
Pray about it.
Right.
Don't mention nothing about working on it.
Mm-hmm.
Scientists, we know we got to work.
Mm-hmm.
Because we got an agreement with the universe.
Right.
I'm looking for mine back in double folds.
Yeah.
Because I'm out here multiplying.
Oh, yeah.
Talk to me.
Multiplication, you know what I'm talking
That's what
about?
it's about.
Yeah,
huh?
and it's natural. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Abundance is natural. You feel me?
If you're walking in it,
Right.
they know it's yours.
Right.
Now, I ain't going to try to paint no picture like, I wake up and it's just, it gets, I had to stay on my point, stay on my square.
Yeah.
Tune myself up.
Oh, yeah.
That's
part, see that, but that's the God work. That is the God work. The God work is the activity. You see? God is an action, is an activity, is a process, is something that's always is consistent.
That's right.
Right? You don't just this stuff we call oxygen, this energy, this God stuff that we gotta take into this body in order to keep it functioning.
Mm-hmm.
You don't just and I'm good.
Right.
You gotta continuously circulate it back into your body.
Mm-hmm.
Give it away and take some
That's
constantly
right.
to keep everything going. So this God work is the same way.
That's
you
right.
got to be God every day. You can't just be God when it get bad and you want to call God to show up now when it get rough. You got to stay and be God all the time. And that's that work. That's that work right there.
Talk to me. I got a question for you.
Mm-hmm.
Explain to me conic, your brand, your clothing brand.
Iconic. Iconic.
Oh, okay. I see the eye.
The eye. So instead of the eye, I got a real eye.
I see you. I see
and
you.
I spelled conic. I spelled it different.
Yes, I see you. Iconic.
Iconic.
Okay, I see
You
it.
know?
I see it. Talk to me.
I
wanted to ask you
the
that.
symbol itself, I'm glad you asked me that. My man interviewing me. I love it.
You're an
an
interesting brother, man. Shit, we want to know about you, too.
But the symbol, is the science, the eye, let your eye be single, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Let your eye be single and your whole body shall be filled with light, right?
That's right.
So the pyramid is your body. Your
Okay.
body is the pyramid, right?
Right. Mm-hmm.
And so you see the light at the top, coming at the top, because to let your eye be single is to be only walking in goodness, godness. You're not dealing with duality, good and devil.
That's
Now
right.
we know if you fall out of the frequency of your I amness, then you experience these negative things. But in order to experience heaven on earth every day, you got to focus on and only acknowledge heaven, only God, only goodness.
I say.
So yeah, bro.
I love that.
The
Yes,
symbol,
I say.
And the symbol in the clothing line is just me, I'm wearing the work. I'm wearing the wisdom. You know what I'm talking about? And so like this, they say symbols speak 1,000 words. And so
I love it. You designed it yourself,
I
right?
designed it myself, you know. And it's dealing with the mind. You know, the eye is the mind.
When you were saying eye,
And the
single
way is
eye,
free,
yes,
you know?
I see you. When you were saying single eye, I also thought about the third eye
The third eye.
being a single eye.
Right. One eye.
Yeah.
See, really your first eye. Your mind is your first eye. These two are just these are just taking in the light for your mind to see. Your mind
Okay.
is the one really
Right
seeing.
on. I got you.
You know? So it's oneness.
It's a beautiful thing,
It's
bro.
oneness. You know? And God tell you all day. God tell you he's one.
That's right.
And we one with it. So it's dealing with oneness, man. It's all one thing. Like we say in science, it's all one thing.
I think a lot of people have a hard time seeing themselves as a God. I think they have a hard time including God in them instead of, separating themselves from
They still
God.
want to be separate from it.
And I'm gonna say something real quick, right? My grandma died. It's been a minute. But while she was living, I'm a younger guy. I'm wondering, is Jesus gonna come before my grandma died?
Yeah.
Because I felt like if anybody deserved to see Jesus when he come, is Alberta Givens.
Yeah.
She need to see him.
She seen him when she see you. She was seeing him.
Okay. I didn't know that.
At the time, you didn't know that.
All I know is the return of Jesus.
Yeah. Yeah.
And my grandma deserves that.
Uh-huh.
And my grandma died.
Yeah. Yeah.
And she been dead.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, but we on the TV, boy. We saying everything's bad. And Jesus ain't came. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You're waiting on what's in you.
That's the part. See, they took.
That's the slick business.
They took what was in us and made it something outside of you. They put it. They took the story. They took your story and made it something outside of you. So now they got you looking for it. And the whole time you are it. You know what I'm saying? You looking for it. Where is that? When it's coming back? Nah.
Paint a pretty picture.
Everything in that book talking about you. And for me, bro, as a kid, when I started reading the Bible on my own, and when I ran across the character Jesus and the Christ figure, instantly I seen myself in that character. I wasn't told to do that, and this is what it's written to show you who you are. But instantly when I saw it, I was like, "That's me. This dude remind me of me." And the more I began to study, now I know what it's all about. It's talking about us.
And Paul, I'm gonna tell you something you shared with me many years back, man. We were jaw jabbing, we were wearing the stones, and we were talking about shrines.
Yeah.
You said, "Well, I ain't wearing no stones today, because I'm
the shrine.
I'm the shrine."
I'm the shrine. I'm the
My
temple.
brother said, "I'm the stone."
Yeah.
I said, "Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that.
I
Never
still
forgot
wear
that.
my stones though. Don't get it wrong. I
Hey,
still wear the stone.
you the stone.
But I am that. But
That's
I am
right.
the stone.
I am,
You know.
you know.
Me. See what I understand, bro. That's why I got the poem. I got a poem called "God is a Poet," and what I'm saying in that poem, I'm talking about how God creating everything that God created is God is doing poetry. God is expressing itself in its creation. So when God made everything, God made he ain't like make it on some magic shit. God became everything that it made.
Okay.
Because there's only one substance that's being used that makes stuff, and it's the substance of I am. And so everything that's being made is being made out of the substance, even including us.
That's
we
right.
come out of the substance of I am. So I tell people, God didn't just make you. Everything that makes you is God, right?
Talk to me.
And so water is alive because water is God.
I got you. 10-4.
Everything the stones are God. So that's why they got the frequency that they carry. That's why the sun doing what it's doing. That's why the earth is full of life, because God ain't just make it. God became God. I am things into existence. He becomes it.
I say.
You see what I'm saying? So me wearing the stones is me acknowledging the presence of God in the stones as well as the presence of God in myself.
That's right.
I namaste everything. I give knowledge and acknowledgement to God in everything, because I know that God is present in everything.
I share.